Do not attempt to adjust your set. This is a Streaming Freedom video bulletin. Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. In today's Skyrim mod showcase video for the PlayStation 4, I am once again showcasing a work-in-progress mod by the mod author Cyan49. I am mainly doing this to go ahead and help Cyan49 with the current mod that he is working on, as he needs feedback in the form of either pictures or video from the community, as he cannot see the results himself on his PC. I will also have this as a showcase for those that are interested in possibly downloading this armor. However, you do need to know he has been updating it every day, so if there's a particular way that you like it, you want to stick with that particular update. So the name of this mod is ArmorRecolorTest1, and again it is by Cyan49. This is version 4 of the mod, and again this is a work in progress. He has altered the way that it is now titled for the different armors. The A version of the armor is a flat texture, and the B version is the original armor texture. That means that the B version will no longer affect the color of the skirt. The skirt will remain the vanilla looking skirt from the original armor. Just as I've done before, I will start off with showing what the vanilla Dark Seducer armor looks like. As you can see, it has a black chest plate and a green skirt. Also, please note that the gauntlets and boots will be the same vanilla boots and gauntlets for each of these outfits, as only the chest piece and the skirt has been colored. So I shall take that from her and start equipping her with the new color variations that Cyan49 did. So this is Dark Seducer Armor A1. Now please remember that all the A's will have the chest piece and the skirt the exact same color. As you can see here, it's a very dark red. And the B's will have the original vanilla skirt, that green look. Overall, I like this red. It is good for, again, as I've stated before, what could be a vampire build, as it's a really like blood red looking to it. So that was Dark Seducer Armor A1. We'll now take a look at A2. And with A2, some of these I can kind of tell what they're supposed to be by the pearl. This one you can definitely tell is a light pink, but if you take a look at the pearl that is around her neck there, that is another good way that you can tell with the Dark Seducer armors as to the color it's going to be, and that will come into play a little later on. Overall, she looks good in it. However, I do prefer darker colors for Lydia, but this could definitely work for a different follower. So that was Dark Seducer Armor A2. Dark Seducer Armor A3 is this color right here, and this is where I'm talking about the pearl on her neck coming into play. I do believe that this is a light blue. It does look blue. It's got a bluish tint to it, and it's very pretty. I like it. So this is this armor here. There's a couple of armors a little later on the Dark Seducer that by far of all the ones that I've seen are my favorites that Cyan49 has done so far, and that I hope he will keep in any future updates that he does. This was the A3 armor. Again, looks like to be a light blue. Here is the A4 armor, and this one is more of like a hot pink, a vibrant pink, more so than we've seen with the Dark Seducer armor that I can recall in the past. And again, actually, I really like the way that he's able to color all these different textures on these and come up with unique looks.
Still here. What do you want me to carry?
So that was the Dark Seducer Armor A4. So now let's take a look at Dark Seducer A5. Now this one, again, I am going by the pearl. The armor itself kind of looks gray, but I'm actually thinking that this is supposed to be a white texture. I'm saying white because of the pearl on her neck. You can definitely tell that that is white. but the armor itself does kind of look like a grayish look to it.
Still here. What do you want me to carry?
So that was Dark Seducer Armor A5. Here is the Dark Seducer Armor A6. This is the first time I've seen this color of green on the armor, and I must say I like this color of green a lot more than the greens I've seen previously. This one's not nearly as vibrant or as loud, if you will. So I think this looks a lot better, in my opinion. Definitely a fan of this one for like a nature build, something along that line. So that was Dark Seducer Armor A6. We should be coming up to, yeah, A7. This one right here, I really like this one. This one is looks to be a dark blue. Again, going by the purple and the skirt and chest piece. And blue is my favorite color, so I really like this one here. I'm hoping that this is another one that he will indeed keep in future updates. Definitely a fan of this armor. She looks fantastic in it. Likewise, even more so, even though the blue is my favorite color, the next armor I'm going to show, the Dark Seducer Armor A8, I do believe is actually probably my favorite piece out of all of these. And the reason why, it is this dark purple, but I really like a dark look on her, and I like the fact that the chest plate and the skirt match, because one thing I do not like about the Dark Seducer armor is that green skirt on the vanilla version. I've never been a fan of that green skirt. I think it would have looked a lot better either being black or perhaps a dark brown. But this here looks absolutely amazing. I think that it suits her skin tone really well. It keeps the dark aesthetic, which really looks good on her. And so I'd say that is probably my favorite armor, and I'm hoping that he will keep creating that particular color of armor in future updates. So here is the Dark Seducer Armor B1. These are the ones that the chest plate and the skirt will not be the same color. The skirt will keep the vanilla looking green. That is the green that I'm talking about. I have never been a fan of that. That is the vanilla version. That's why I actually started looking for color variations to see if anybody had colored that skirt. The chest piece, on the other hand, I do like the red on here. It's a little bit lighter, I do believe, than the A1 version of that. So that was the Armor B1 version. So now we will take a look at the B2 version of the Dark Seducer armor. And again, remember that the skirt will be vanilla on each of these. So this one here is again a really nice looking blue. And we have the green skirt then from the vanilla version. I definitely like this blue. Not as much as the previous one that I stated that was right before that dark purple, but I still am a fan of it.
I've got your back. What do you want me to carry?
And so that was the B2 armor. And any of you that are watching these videos all the way through in the comments, you should comment what you like the best as well. This is Dark Seducer Armor B3. It's a really nice purple. This is more like the purple that I've seen him do in the past. Again, though, I absolutely love that dark purple that I said was my favorite one of the armors because of the overall dark nature of it. But this is more like what I have seen him do. But any of you that have been watching multiples of these, you should put, like, say, a timestamp or just comment what your particular favorite one was so that he can get more feedback than just me, because just one person's opinion, what I like, another person may not, or they may agree with me, or they may like something they see more so. So the next armor we have is Dark Seducer Armor B4. This is, again, as we've seen in the past, kind of like a much better version of the Golden Saint armor, for obvious reasons, as I always state. And we see here that it does have the green vanilla skirt, of course. It always will. The buttons will change to the color to match the top, if you've been noticing. And I do like this
Right
kind of
behind
beat
you.
up look of the armor, like she's been in a
What do you
lot of
want me to
battles
carry?
with it or something. Again, I do believe that is coming probably from the overall texture of the armor itself, but it lends itself well to it. So here is the Dark Seducer armor B5, and once again, I definitely think that this is supposed to be a white. This one does look more white than the other one does, and you can tell on the buttons that they are white as well. But what leads me to believe that this is definitely white and not a gray is the pearl that is there on her neck. Something I actually hadn't noticed before that these armors obviously
Right
have
behind you.
and can help to tell the color of each one of
What do you want me
them.
to carry?
Only the Dark Seducer armors have that, though the Golden Saint armor does not. So that was the B5 armor of the Dark Seducer. And we have one more, the Dark Seducer armor B6. Now this is more like the green that we've seen in the past. This is a much more rich and vibrant green, which in my opinion really doesn't work with the dark green on the skirt there. But just overall, between the two, I much preferred the A version of the green that was kind of toned down. This one's just a
Got
little
your
too
back.
loud for my taste, but there could be people out
What do you
there
want
that
me to
definitely
carry?
like this version over the other one as well. As I stated, multiple opinions in the comments is always a good thing. So now let's take a look at the Golden Saint armor, and you will see some of the video jumping. This is Golden Saint armor A1. Now again, these will be the complete same color, and right off the bat, I am a fan of this red on this armor. This looks pretty good. But anyways, you will see some jumping around where the video cuts on this time, and the
Got your back.
reason for that is two reasons.
What do you
One,
want me to
because
carry?
while I was recording the footage for this, I was extremely tired, so I wasn't paying as much attention to what I was doing. This was the Golden Saint A1 armor. And the second reason is because a couple of times, because I was tired and wasn't paying as much attention, here is the Golden Saint armor A2, which is a
Where are we
light
going next?
pink. I ended up going back into the Dark Seducer armor, so I had to cut that footage to the correct armor to be next because, well, let's be serious. Obviously, the Dark Seducer armor is my go-to, so out of force of habit,
Still
I
here.
would go back to that.
What do you
So,
want me to
whenever
carry?
you see a cut, that's the reason why. But this is a very pretty light pink. That is the Golden State Armor A2. Here we have what I believe to be a light blue
Lead on.
on this, and I like this too. And again, a thing that I am a fan of on these armors, I don't know if it's just the texture of it or if it actually is reflecting, but if you look on the chest plate, you can see as she's moving, it looks like it's reflecting like the trees and stuff around, and that's really neat to actually see that on the armor. I don't know if it really is doing that,
I'm right
but
behind you.
it's just something I do really like about that,
What do you
that it
want me to
kind of
carry?
reflects the world around her. So that is the Golden Saint Armor A3. Here is Golden Saint Armor A4, and I do believe that this is more of a, yeah,
Lead
this is
on.
more of a kind of a hot pink, darker pink to it. Overall, I think this pink is showing up better. And again, it's definitely the
Still here.
light, as I've stated in previous videos, that is hitting
What do you
it,
want me
that
to
is
carry?
washing some of it out there and making it look white. You can always tell that by her shoulder pads there. So that was Golden Saint Armor A4. At some point, I know I made the mistake of going back into the Dark Seducer armor, and you'll be seeing a cut. Here is the Golden State Armor A5. This one is a green. Now, I do
Lead
like
on.
this green. I don't think that it's too vibrant. I, again, like that you can really get a good reflection in it and stuff, and I think it looks nice on this armor. Again, because it's not too vibrant, so I'm definitely a fan of this particular color of green for the armor.
Still here. What do you want me to carry?
And if I remember correctly, the first cut should be coming up here because I went back to the A6 in the Dark Seducer at this point. Yep. Okay, so here's the Golden Saint Armor A6, which is what I was supposed to be getting, and I'm definitely a fan of this. Again, a very beautiful blue. I really like the reflection in the chest piece there. The light hitting and stuff looks great, and just overall, I absolutely love this dark blue.
I've got your back.
So definitely a fan of that one. So that was the A6 armor of the Golden Saint. And here is the A7 armor. This one is a dark purple, and I think this is also good looking on this armor. I prefer the definitely the dark purple that was on the other one more so, and that armor, of course, all overall. But I do think this looks good. I think the brighter purple is actually prettier in this armor, though. And if I'm not mistaken, I did it again here, so you'll be seeing another cut. Yep. I could have just kept quiet about that. Here is the armor B1. So this is the start of the B armors. I could have just kept quiet about that, but I'm always honest with the viewers of this channel. And also, any of you that possibly have been watching to see the different variations he's been doing each day would have noticed the cuts. And as you know from the previous videos, for one, it doesn't really take that long to change her out of this, and for two, I do want to show the armor for as long as possible so that you can get a good look at it. If I was making cuts, it'd be going extremely quick, and you really wouldn't get a good look at the armor. And as he continues to add armor, that is the reason for the extra time added in. So this is the armor for the B2 armor for the Golden Saints. It's kind of a light purple. It's very pretty in this armor. I like this. But I figure it's best to show it, you know, for as long as possible in between going, which is the reason why I do this. Plus, it'd take me forever to make every single cut in here. So, let's see. The next one that we have should be the B3 armor. This one, I do believe, again, is a white. This actually, though, even though it is white, this is again more of the classic look that I do really like for armors. So I've always been a fan of that. That's kind of like the Nordic Steel or something. Although I do believe the Nordic Steel is a lot darker than this, but I just really like that kind of a classic look for armor. So I'm definitely a fan of that particular coloring, which again I do believe is white. So that was Golden Saint Armor B3. We'll go in here. I think I managed to catch myself. I started to go into those again because, see, as I'm going through it, here is Golden Saint Armor B4, which is a kind of a really vibrant green. Not the biggest fan of this one, but it is still nice. But I've been looking at the numbers as I go through to try to remember where I left off and stuff, because I don't have the best memory in the world. So that's another reason why, as being as tired as I am, I kept getting confused and trying to go to the Dark Seducer armor. Plus, let's be honest here, between the two, of course I'm going to go to the Dark Seducer armor. So that was B4 in the Golden Saint armor. We'll now go ahead and put her back to her default armor, and I will show you the Vagrant robes on my Dragonborn Aragon. So there's not many Vagrant robes, but here is Vagrant robe A1, and automatically from the previous video you will see a difference here. This is a much more toned down red. It has kind of looks like yellow or orangish accents for the sleeves, and as you can see, the pack is no longer blending in with it. You can definitely see the pack now, which you couldn't before. And another reason for that is because since he cannot see the results, Cyan49, since he can't see the results of these when he's creating them on PC, otherwise he could edit this in real time, but this is the reason why I'm making these videos. Here I want to state this is, in my opinion, so much better of a yellow from the previous one. This one again is toned down, it's not too loud. So I definitely think this looks a lot better than the previous yellow. Hello Ayla, in my opinion. But otherwise he could edit it in real time, but since he's unable to, that's why I have been doing these videos. Hopefully for the people that are interested in the color variations, they are this is A3, a blue, they don't mind me doing these each day. I figure you know, whoever will watch whatever it is they want to watch anyways, but I've just been doing this to help him out because I appreciate what he's doing, and I figure this is the best way he can hurry up to see what he has and what he might want to change, since he can't see the changes on his PC. So this is now a B1 robe, and again with these Vagrant robes, I'd say this is probably my favorite. It's got, as you can see, the orange accents on the sleeves and the pants. I'm also not certain, it's a little lighter there near his hands. I don't remember if it was like that before. I really like the worn look of the leather on his chest there and the scratches and stuff. I don't know if he brightened that up any or not, but it just looks really good on these robes. And then we have only one other B robe, which is got yellow accents on it. Between the two, I think the orange one looks a little bit better, but I do like the yellow one here as well. And then we have brown on the pack, as you can see. That brown on the pack, I think, actually would look good on some of the skirt versions for Lydia. Kind of like a brown dark leather. I don't know if that can be done or not, though. But that was the Vagrant robes. So I hope, for one, that Cyan49, I hope this helps you out, and thank you for creating these color variations. Any of you that saw any variations here that you really liked, I'd suggest probably getting it as soon as possible, because he has been updating it fairly regularly, and he might end up changing the one that you really liked. I am going to show a picture here of the ones I really like, and hope that he will keep those particular ones in future updates. That would have been the A1, not the A1, excuse me, the dark A blue one. I don't remember which one that is, and the dark purple one. You will be seeing them in the screenshot here. And again, friends, if you do download any mods or change anything in your loader, please be careful at this time with all of the issues from the patches. Cyan49's YouTube channel will be in the description box down below, a link to it. Thank you for watching. Take care.